Sunday, October 10th, 2021. I think I've overdone my running a little bit, pushed too far. I just enjoy it is all. But anyway, I'm listening, and yeah, I'm not hurt, but I'm paying attention to a discomfort. It's an old discomfort, but I better pay attention. So I'm taking it easy, but still testing. So anyway, I wasn't able to successfully go for a run today, but I was out there for a little while. Then I walked, and then I tried again, and I was like, "Is it still?" And I was like, "Feels like it." I don't know. Maybe I just need to stretch more, or I don't know. So anyway, and then worked today. After everything this weekend it went okay, I thought. And this weekend went as well as it ever does, I guess. Whereas last year, I didn't go at all for reasons, half of which were pandemic related, and the other half were I had something better to do at the time, something exciting to do. I had met somebody, and I had some writing, and that was like a self-assigned task that I was like nervous about, because I was like, I wanted to express myself, but also impress, or try to, as best as I was able at the time, because I was just going to be reflecting what their writing meant to me, how it came across, and what it, I don't know. On schedule. The on schedule travel across town. There's no emergency. It's just every day, apparently, around this time, they have to do that. So, anyway, noise. It's distracting. So anyway, I was very happy last year with the writing that I was able to get done, and I felt it was received well, and understood and appreciated. I like that. Enough so that I kept doing it, and still am, as I'm able. But, it has been a year, and everything seems to have changed. Of course, that's going to have happened anyway, no matter what, or anyway. But I'm still happy with the writing, and still planning on continuing. I just was, I don't know. But anyway, oh yeah, right. So last year I didn't go, and so this year things are, slightly different, and I'm not sure exactly. So I decided, well, I'll just go, and because I didn't have anything else really going on, and I had been mentioning it to another guy about, well, if you haven't been, you should go once just to see what it's like. I'm talking about the men's retreat down in Columbus, Indiana, which is only like 45 minutes south of here, out in the middle of the woods. And which I'd been there for the previous retreats in 2016, 17, 18, 19. And then in 2020, I was not there. And I thought I think it was the right decision. I thought it was right then, and I still think it was right now. I'm very glad that I did what I did. So I was able to produce a really, I thought, it was some of my best writing that I've ever produced. And that was an introduction. It was an introduction to leave an impression of how I express myself. And I'm very happy with it. It's been an interesting year. So I've learned a lot. I have. But so anyway, back to the weekend. I did take Ryan down there on Friday to introduce him and show him around, and I did, and it was a Friday there, nothing extraordinary, just regular, and I got out of there as soon as I could and made sure that Ryan was on board with leaving ahead of time, because I had to work the next morning. And then on Saturday, I let him know that if he wanted to go back, let me know, or if he wanted to drive, he could. And I slept after work throughout most of the day, and towards the evening, I hadn't heard anything from him, because he said he was going to contact me to let me know whether or not he was interested in going back for the second day. And I didn't hear from him, so as I was getting ready to leave, I just sent him a text asking. And he said, "Oh, sorry, I didn't get back to you, yada, yada, yada." So, I don't know. I think he was already feeling guilty about not getting back to me. And I just was like, tried to let him off the hook as best as I could. Because I was going to have gone anyway. And it was just a matter of whether he wanted to go or not. And I didn't want to leave him behind if he did want to go. So, I think he had gotten, he saw what it was about. And, it's strange. But if you've been introduced to it early enough, it makes sense and it seems okay. Like, yeah, that's totally... It's a whole different culture and phenomena, but it makes sense if you were kind of indoctrinated, I guess. But if you've already formed your opinion and gotten to some sort of stable point in your recovery or life, I guess, then I guess it could be seen as strange. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe he just felt left out, or he didn't feel like he belonged, or he didn't feel welcome. Because I was just telling about my experience, and he needs to make his own experiences. I can't, he has to meet people. And that was the idea too. He was supposed to have gone back on his own for the second day, and I was just going to drive down on my own. But I guess he changed his mind, or family. He's got the wife and the kid. And also he's hurt his arm. He did that weeks ago, and it's still just getting to the point where he's able to move around without the whatever that exoskeleton is. So it could have been bothering him. Maybe he just felt, under the weather for whatever reason. So none of my business, not my concern. But I did go back myself and got there around dinner time, and and it was a Saturday. They did the sobriety countdown, and they did tokens. I saw John get his 55-year token, and some other people, lots of other people, and There was all told about attendance of around close to 200. So it was a lot of people, and it was, I stuck by myself, um, and did my browsing around and wandering, and did take my photos, and yeah. So the second day, without having to kind of keep an eye and keep track of Ryan and make sure he was doing okay, I was just free to wander about and do what I do, which is, not get stuck, because, I'm just, a random, just kind of the rogue element, as I like to think of myself. And I did have to work this morning, so I stayed as late as what I thought I wanted to, and through the majority of the proceedings. And when I felt like I could escape, I just kind of, made my departure and then wandered off. And, I didn't say goodbye to anybody. I successfully did what I do. It was just wander off into the woods, just into the darkness. I didn't have a flashlight. I just know my way. And wandered off and made it out to the car and drove back here. And even made good time. Made it back here before 10 p.m. And, I had to be at work at 1. So I still laid down for another, took a nap. Naps are good. And, yeah. So it was a good experience, and I'm glad it's done. And, because I don't like having to drive, because the thought is you're supposed to spend the weekend there. Like, drive down, stay. I don't do that. I drive down, I drive back. I don't stay. You're supposed to camp, or tent camp, or cabin camp. It's like, no. I'm not about that close of fellowship. I like my solitude, and I don't like being around in close quarters with, just a bunch of people and a bunch of strangers. And I actually got kind of put off by my seating. I try to be careful about where I sit, and I chose, unfortunately, a guy that was next to me kind of, I'm sorry to be kind of petty, but he stunk. And I don't know if his like, I don't know, he just smelled bad. And also he smoked. And where I was, there was like a breeze, a current of air that was carrying cigarette smoke from just, and it bothers my contacts. And, again, I'm being a little bit, but it matters, I didn't quit smoking, so I could just, so it happened, But anyway, I was just in the mood to leave anyway. Once I get in the mood and the thought has started, it's like, I want to leave. I'm done. I want to leave. Can I leave? I want to leave. Is it okay to leave? It's kind of awkward. People are going to notice me. I'm going to wait for a break. I'm going to act like I'm going to talk to myself like I just need to go to the bathroom. I'm not going to say anything to anybody, but I'm going to get up and move around like I'm just going to go to the bathroom, and then just never come back. But I don't say anything to anybody, so they can just think whatever they want, or make whatever assumption. Or maybe I relocated because of the smoke, or like guy I'm sitting beside. But people relocate, they move around, I see them, I'm paying attention, and it's like, sometimes they leave a seat and they never come back, and it's like, I don't know where they go, and it's like, we have assigned seating, so it's like, I'll just wander off, and I did, and so I got a lot of photos, not a lot, but some, and I just haven't gotten around to uploading them, Not that it matters, but they'll be there. And I guess I did have a couple thoughts, but they don't make sense. But like most things, they don't have to make sense. But I can't tell it's true or not. I know it's true for me. You know, what was true before remains true. But I don't know if I'm just hurting myself by sustaining a belief that may just be imagination or fantasy or delusion or fiction or a combination of all the above or there between. It's a nice thought. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's just the feasibility and the probability and anything's possible. Lessons in possible, not impossible. It's just I just don't know much about it because I haven't done it yet. So it's like I don't know how, I got to where I am now with, over 5 years in recovery or whatever you want to call it, or gotten to the age I am. How did I get to exactly this point, doing what I'm doing, believing what I'm believing, thinking how I'm thinking, doing what I'm doing out there, and it's like my values and integrity and I don't think if you, talk to anybody, they would have a good, or maybe people just don't even think about it. They just assume. I don't know. I don't know how anybody thinks. But I think about how I think a lot. That's probably not good. But I seem to be having a good time, kind of. In between bouts of self-reproachment and pity and despair and bewilderment and debating reality and the nature of time and space. Yeah. Poor Eric. I've got it so bad. I'm working on my sense of humor. It needs work. I know. But I think I like my possibilities. I have a lot of possibilities that I didn't used to have. And I'm getting better. Things are changing. And I feel good about it. I feel capable about it. Like I'm becoming the person able to do the things that I would want to be the person capable of doing. Whereas before I would be like, well, that's something I can't do. That's something somebody else can do. But I can't do it. There's no way. I'm not the sort of person that can do those sorts of things. That's before. I didn't believe in myself, that I was now becoming a person that I can do more than what I think I can. Because I've already proven it. I don't think I should be able to do the things that I'm doing, but then I go ahead and there I am doing them. And it's like, it's not a self-defeating prophecy. It's a self-enabling prophecy. In a good way. I think it is. Or, that might be narcissistic. I don't know. A lot of things could be. It depends on the perspective. I still don't really know what that word means. But, well, I should probably shut up. But, like I say, I don't really know what's going on, but I'm okay with it. If I knew what was going on, I'd probably mess it up anyway. Somehow I'm just kind of, just randomly. People might like to think that there's some sort of logic and thought and reason and coordinated effort behind my rationale, like there's some grand design or master plan. It's like, no, there's not. I have a sense of direction and a bearing. But I'm just kind of, at the core of it, I'm just kind of following my heart. And a lot of times, I might be wrong. I might not know that I'm wrong. I might be wrong. But I'm right. Because I'm right for me. I'm right. Yeah. So. But I'm only, one person. And so, I don't know. I should go. I think I've said enough. Everything's already been said, I think. So, I don't want to repeat myself. But even then, if I'm repeating myself, it just means that, yeah, I still believe it. So, it's warm out. It's going to be warm for another couple days, and then it'll cool off. Get into some proper autumn temperatures. Yeah. I don't really have anything else. I should go.